Auf der anderen Seite haben wir Fire Emblem Three Houses. Hier ist wiederum alles gut. Dementsprechend, welche Final Fantasy Version macht's einen Unterschied? Also ich hab sowohl die alte als auch die, wie auch immer die geremakte Version heißt, gespielt und ich habe keinen Unterschied gesehen im Gameplay. Aber gut, das ist jetzt erstmal beiseite. Wir sind jetzt hier wieder zurück. Wir haben uns beim letzten Mal... Eigentlich haben wir nur gekämpft beim letzten Mal. Sidequest und Hauptmission. Und der unsterbliche Gerald. Ich habe nochmal in den Part reingeguckt, wo Gerald eigentlich hätte draufgehen müssen gegen Solon, aber er es nicht tat. Ich glaube, es lag daran, weil er Solon besiegt hat. Weil ich habe gesehen, Solon hatte 10 KP, Gerald hat ihm theoretisch 14 gemacht. Also wäre Solon dead, aber anscheinend finishen können nur wohl wir ihn. Aber er hat dann auch nicht mehr angegriffen danach. Also sobald ein NPC wohl einen Boss quasi tötet, steht er einfach nur als Salzsäule noch auf dem Feld rum und kann nichts mehr tun. Würde ich jetzt mal behaupten. Was praktisch war, weil so ist uns Gerald nicht abgekratzt. So, wir wollen heute erstmal erkunden. Dementsprechend, yes, wir wollen Kloster erkunden. Ich habe ein kleines bisschen all unsere Charaktere mal aufgeräumt. Ich habe jedem Mal alle Waffen weggenommen und alle Bataillone und alle Fähigkeiten. Ich habe alles weggenommen. Ich habe die alle bis auf die Haut ausgezogen und dann wieder neue Sachen gegeben. Deswegen können wir da einmal eben fix durchgehen. Hier weiterhin Fokus auf Schwert und ich habe ihm die gesegneten Windschuhe gegeben, damit ich 2 mehr Bewegung habe. Hier haben wir weiterhin Fokus auf Bogen, auch mal mit einem schwächeren Bogen, weil Claude macht auch so eigentlich ziemlich guten Schaden. 21 Stärke ist jetzt auch nicht zu verachten. Weiterhin die Lanzen, aber er hat ja noch nebenbei seine Magie, weil er ja Dunkelmagier ist. Hier haben wir Axt und Faust weiterhin, Schwert und Bogen. Den Bogen einfach nur für die Memes, aber eigentlich ist sie Magierin. Die Lanze auch nur für die Memes. Ich guck mal, was ich denn noch ausgegeben habe. Schild, 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 Schild. Gut, sie hat ihren geilen Stab. Sie hat einen Stein des Wissens, wodurch sie mehr Fähigkeit Erfahrung kriegt. Hier ist auch noch ein Schild und Äxte. Lanze und Bogen und ein Schild. Das soll ich nicht drücken. Das soll ich auch nicht drücken. So. Vielleicht ist auch nur Just for the Lulz dabei. Aber sie hat Rettung theoretisch. Damit hätten wir Gerald weghalten können. Manuela hat auch erstmal nur Schwerter und das heißt Goldhirscharmband für mehr Charme. Das ist nicht so schon charmant genug. Balthus hat Schwert, Axt und Fäuste und den Kelch der Anfänger, um halt immer kontern zu können. Weil er, glaube ich, einer der wenigen Charaktere ist, der gar keine Fernwaffen hat. Er hätte einen Wurfbeil haben können, allerhöchstens, aber ja. Und habe hier halt auch nur die Axt for the Lulz, die Fesseln von Dromi und, naja, ihre Magie. An Bataillonen gucke ich gerade nochmal durch. Ich glaube, guck mal gerade, doch, da sieht man das Level. Ich habe hier mir die Pegasus-Ritter genommen. Er hat die Ritter von Saracen neu dazu bekommen. Ich glaube, das ist sogar ein etwas höheres. War das Level eigentlich irgendwo? Nee, sieht man nicht. Sieht man das hier? Ich glaube zumindest ist es ein etwas höherwertiges Bataillon und er hat ja ein bisschen mehr Charme. Besonders nicht Charme, er hat ein bisschen mehr Autorität, deswegen konnte er das ausrüsten. Der Magiekorps ist hier neu, die Gepanzerten sind neu, Magiekorps, Kavallerie. Also die meisten haben sogar ein paar neue bekommen, weil ich auch ein paar neue geholt habe. Und ja. Kampftechnik können wir auch. Sind nicht die Kampftechnik, die Fertigkeiten. Einfach nur. Ich gehe einfach nur mal eben kurz einmal durch. Im Endeffekt habe ich einfach jedem halt von seiner Hauptwaffe das gegeben, was es verstärkt. Plus, was wir einfach nur so noch hatten an praktischen Sachen. Manuel hat leider zum Beispiel gar nichts. Aber ja. Jo, wir haben noch eine Menge Unterstützungsgespräche und ich würde sagen, wir fangen einfach direkt damit als allererstes an. Von daher, mal gucken.
As you can see, if we were to face an enemy on this terrain, I would go here, and you would go here.
Hang on. If we're trying to repel the enemy, I should be positioned there, correct?
Huh? I'm not sure that's the best idea. Take a closer look at this map. See, there's a graveyard over here. Might run into some of those ghosts you hate so much.
Claude, will you knock it off already? So help me. If you continue treating me like a child, I'll...
Easy there. I'm sorry, okay? Just don't start blasting off any spells in here.
I've more pride than to turn an unarmed soldier to cinders. It wouldn't kill you to speak to me as an equal when we're discussing matters as serious as this.
Actually, I see you as more than an equal. There's no questioning the power you wield. And I was being serious about the formation just now. The bit about the ghosts was just me having fun with you. Or trying to. You're so smart, I figured you'd catch on to that right away. But back to the formation. Can you see why I arranged it like I did? The area I want you to guard requires the ability to adapt to an ever-changing situation. Who else could I trust with such a difficult task? You're my best bet for something like that.
Perhaps that's true.
Think back to the times we fought together. When have I ever treated you like a child on the battlefield? I depend on you, Lysithea. I value your power almost as much as I do Teach's.
Truly?
I swear to you on all of Fodlan. I'd like to have my fun, but I wouldn't joke about something like that. I consider you a valued ally. I'll stop now before I inevitably drift back into teasing you again. Just know that I meant every word, okay?
Fair enough then. From here forward, see to it that you treat me with the respect of an equal. And I admit that you are not short on talent yourself, but don't go getting a big head over it.
Ist doch schön, dass er sie so behandelt, wie sie auch möchte. So, Claude mit Hilda.
What are you writing there, Hilda? Wait, let me guess. You're replying to one of your brother's letters, right?
Of course. It's a pain, but I make sure to always send him a response, otherwise he'll worry. It's much easier than when we lived together. A few letters here and there are a small price to pay for this peaceful, brother-free environment.
Well, that's a fine thing to do, regardless of your reasons. As for me, it's been far too long since I've written to my parents.
Oh, I thought your father had died.
Not quite. He's still alive and kicking, as far as I know. The late Duke who died in an accident was my uncle.
I see. I do recall you mentioning that your mother was born into the Regan family. What's your father like, if you don't mind me asking?
He's quite the extravagant character. When I was a kid, he used to tie me to a horse and drag me around.
Excuse me?
In all fairness, I was quite a little brat. The horse thing sounds worse than it is. There's sort of a trick to it.
A trick I hope I never need to learn. Your mother didn't step in and make him stop?
Gods no, she'd just laugh right along with him. If my father is extravagant, my mother's more like a warrior goddess, or maybe a demon queen. This one time, she got into an argument with my combat instructor and wound up in a full-on fist fight with the guy. What's more, she won. My instructor was a mighty warrior, undefeated in 100 battles, but even he was no match for her.
Huh? But your mother is a lady of nobility.
True, but she was the kind of woman to elope with the man she loved and throw it all away. Not your average duchess at all.
Ooh, they eloped! I like that. It's so romantic. Imagine abandoning your family forever to be with the one you love. Not everyone can do that.
It's not a question of can, it's a question of will. Even someone like you who generally despises effort would pull out all the stops for something you really care about. Isn't that right?
Excuse me? I put in plenty of effort.
Hey, that was a compliment. Anyhow, I look forward to the day when something inspires you to try your absolute hardest. It will be something to behold.
Diese Eltern von Claude, ne? Also schon ein bisschen. Der Vater bittet ihn am Pferd an und die Mutter sitzt daneben und lacht einfach nur drüber.
A little closer.
Hey, Leonie, what are you up to?
Oh, come on. What'd you do that for? Look, you ran my quarry off.
You were hunting? Ooh, is the dining hall that short on food supplies?
No, but I like to hunt every now and again. Keep my skills sharp.
I suppose so. You're from a family of hunters, right? Well, there's no shortage of prey to hunt around here.
True. Not many hunters around the monastery, huh? Rivers full of fish, trees bursting with fruit, mushrooms ready to harvest all over. It's the kind of place where you can really be self-sufficient. Guess we can thank the goddess for that.
I don't know. I'm more inclined to thank the bountiful earth than the goddess for such things. The goddess may offer spiritual guidance, but she doesn't fill our bellies, that's for sure.
Not a very noble-sounding thing, to disregard the goddess and honor the land.
Leonie, whose grace do you suppose humans live by? The goddess? The nobility? I'd say it's neither. It's the endless bounty of this magnificent land that gives us life.
Won't hear me deny it. But who's to say it isn't the goddess whose protection makes nature thrive? I'm not the most devout person, but I'm not about to go around saying we don't need the goddess at all.
I said she gives spiritual support, didn't I? I wouldn't go so far as to say she's wholly unnecessary. But in Elmira, Dagda, Bridget, and plenty of other places, they don't believe in the goddess. Nature is a blessing that knows nothing of borders. The goddess is the goddess, and the earth is the earth. They should both be revered for what they are. Look, this is just my personal opinion. If you truly believe that everything depends on the goddess of Saros, that's your...
Hey, it's fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'm a believer, but I know there are those who aren't. And I kind of like your way of thinking. Giving thanks to nature and all. It makes sense.
I knew a wild girl like you would be able to get behind an idea like that.
What? Like I'm feral or something?
Hey, you know, this kind of talk could be viewed as heresy if it was public.
Yeah, probably. We'll just have to keep it to ourselves.
Lord, wie man 100% tolerant ist. Und eine sehr schöne Ansicht des Lebens auch irgendwie hat. Der ist halt cool, der Dude.
Ah, so hungry. I gotta eat something.
Ich jeden Tag.
Again, Raphael? Here, perhaps this will suffice.
Really? I can have this? But don't you need to eat after all that training?
We can't have you starving, can we? Your strength is a great asset. It would be a terrible loss if you fell faint in battle. Besides, no true noble can look upon the hungry with indifference.
Seriously? Wow, that's awful generous of you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. But listen while you eat. I believe it would benefit you to pay more attention to the way you carry yourself in the company of your betters. It is the duty of the nobility to protect the common folk. And, in return, the commoner is expected to show deference and respect. Naturally, I understand that there is a certain tendency toward familiarity because we are classmates. However...
Oh, that was tasty.
Raphael, did you hear a word I just said?
Oh, hey! I sent my little sis some of that fancy treat you gave me a while back. She wrote back to say that it was tasty and to thank you. So thanks.
That is excellent news. I'm pleased to hear that you both enjoyed it. But there's no need for you to thank me. It was actually a gesture of gratitude in the other direction, from me to you. Thanks to the wisdom of your words, I have begun to consider my approach to dining in a completely new way. Mealtime has proven to be ideal for the study of character. It is a tool I intend to make great use of as the leader of the Alliance.
Yep. It's just like I told you. Food tastes better when you eat with good company.
That's not quite what I meant. No matter. You are satisfied, I trust?
I could probably keep eating, but I'm ready to train. All right. Time to get back to it so I can protect my buddy Lawrence.
I've not quite gotten through to you, have I? It is not the duty of a commoner to protect a noble. That is fundamentally against the order of society.
But if you hadn't given me food just now, I couldn't have survived on the battlefield because I'd be too weak to train. Who'd take care of my little sis if I wasn't around? She'd probably end up starving to death as well. In a way, by feeding me, you're protecting her too.
It was only a little food. There's no need to get carried away.
You're a real decent noble, you know that? Worrying so much about my sister and all. All I gotta do is protect you. Then you protect everyone else, right?
I'm not certain your logic is sound, but your strength is undeniable. Very well. Do as you like. Dining certainly is a window to the soul. Eating with you has helped me to see that I've misjudged you. You're not some gluttonous simpleton. You are grateful for the protection the nobility offers and eager to emulate our example.
Das ist echt so. Lorenz spricht in die Richtung und Raphael in die. Die reden so hart aneinander vorbei und verstehen sich einfach nicht. Und Lorenz ist der Einzige, den das stört. Da geht's immer noch nicht. Lorenz und Manuela. Ich bin gespannt.
Is that Professor Manuela? Her voice is every bit as fine as you might expect from the former leader of the Middle Franc troop. Oh, if it weren't for her drinking and her woefully inadequate manners, she would fit right in with high society. Wait a minute.
As my mind clings to desperate thoughts, here it comes, horsebow, moon, and summer's end.
That's my... Oh no. No, no, no!
Oh, Lawrence! I heard you shout. Are you okay?
The poem! My poem! Forget it, I said! I asked you for one thing!
And I told you it would be impossible for me to forget.
Das war übrigens gerade der Meri-Chor, der Manuelas Background-Sängerinnen gemacht hat.
Certainly, I understand. But setting it to music and now singing it?
Oh, yes. It makes for a beautiful song, doesn't it? I'm feeling so lonely and blue. My dearest has left. He has gone far away, and I'm here, all alone. And in my sadness, your poem, well, it became a song for me to sing. It brought me a moment of happiness.
I do not know who spurned you, but I assure you my poem has nothing to do with any such feelings. It is getting late. We should both turn in. I will take my leave now.
Oh, I understand. You're leaving me too. Why? Am I too old to matter?
No, I never said any such thing. Why, I am sure there are plenty of men who would prefer a mature woman such as yourself.
Mature, he says. I knew it. You're all the same, you know. No one sees the person behind the voice. They just see me older today than yesterday. They say, oh, look what happened to her. Nobody sees my frustration, my resignation to be forever alone. But you do. It's all right there in your poem.
Please, I assure you, my poem was not about that at all. It was actually about the ideal of nobility. The sentiment is that someday I know I will get what I want. There is no resignation in it, as you seem to be suggesting.
Lawrence. I was sure the poem was more about someone lamenting their frailty and the loneliness of time's passing. But that's not it at all, is it? This is the story of someone impatient to get ahead, who is afraid they'll never make it.
The speaker in the poem does lament his shortcomings. The road to reach his ideal is long. It is a trial, a test. If he can just find his way through it, he knows he can move forward. So I think you should try to move forward too. Because with a voice as talented as yours, how could you possibly fail?
Lawrence, someday you should let me sing this song in public. I think people who are battling through their own trials, they might find comfort in this. And I believe I'm the only one who can do your work justice.
Very well. You have my assent. On the condition that you do not attach my name to it. Now, permit me to retire for the night. I require ample rest to maintain an adequate level of polish, you know. I suppose, if my poem must be set to music, then it had best be done by such a talented singer.
Es war eigentlich voll in Ordnung, der Support. Aber ja, Gedichtsinterpretation. Ich meinte A. Ja, aber B habe ich daraus gelesen. Ja, nee, ich meinte aber A. Nee, B ist schon richtiger. So, Raphael und Ignaz.
Hey, Ig!
Und tschüss.
Ignaz? Hey, Ignaz is here. What's
Und
gotten
tschüss.
into him? Hey! Ah! Hey, you've been acting weird lately. Are you sick or something?
Raphael! No, I'm fine.
So what's going on with you? Are you worried about something? Want to talk about it?
I don't know about worried. It's just, you know, your parents.
Hey now!
Ah! What is it?
I thought I told you to drop it. Just forget about it.
I can't just forget about it. You lost your parents. And when you were in need, my family did nothing to help you.
Well, what were they supposed to do about it? It's not like they killed my parents. And besides, that's our folks you're talking about. That's got nothing to do with us, right?
I still can't help but feel responsible. Like I owe you somehow.
Look, if you want to do something, just be my pal like you used to. We can eat tasty meals together, play games, make jokes, and laugh until our bellies hurt.
Are you sure that's what you want?
Of course it is! We were friends before, and there's no reason we can't be friends now.
Raphael, Thank you. And I'm sorry about before.
Tut sowas nicht. Denkt nicht immer, ihr kennt die Leute besser, als sie sich selbst kennen, wenn irgendwas vorfällt. Wenn es dann heißt, ja, aber das willst du gar nicht, denn das und das ist ja passiert. Und die andere Person, ja nee, das ist mir scheißegal. Schmeiß deine Klingen bitte nicht durch die Gegend. Versucht nicht, andere Leute zu interpretieren, wenn ihr sie auch einfach fragen könntet, was los ist. Ging übrigens um Svenjas Modellierwerkzeug, was irgendwie durch die Gegend geflogen ist plötzlich. Sie wollte irgend so einen Stift oder sowas rausziehen, der irgendwie eine Klinge vorne dran hat und plötzlich flog die Klinge einfach weg. Klingt gefährlicher, als es ist. Ist nur so eine ganz kleine Klinge.
Is that Raphael?
Yeah, I get it. But you can't be so picky. You need some meat in your diet. I don't know if you can eat human food, but bug meat might be good for you. That's right. You need to eat plenty of bug meat if you want to get big and strong like me. No more sweets for you.
What? He's talking to a bird?
Huh? Is someone there? Oh, Marianne! You're right on time. This little birdie was telling me that he misses you. And, oh, it flew off.
It appears so.
Why do you think birds fly away when there's more than one person around? Birds never seem to stay put unless I'm alone.
Birds are very cautious creatures. They tend to fly away when they're startled.
You mean they're afraid of loud noises? Oops, that was probably too loud for the birds. Come on, Raphael. Keep it down. How's this? Do you think we'd be able to talk to birds together like this? I still haven't met a bird that can speak human. I was hoping you could introduce me.
Huh? I thought you were just talking to one.
I was mostly talking at him, not to him. He just said chirp chirp and stuff like that. I had no idea what he was talking about. I don't think he understood me either. Marianne, you always know which birds understand what you're saying, right? Next time you find a bird who understands you, I hope you let me know so I can join the conversation.
Now what am I supposed to do?
Also Raphael würde sicher mit den Vögeln auskommen. Der ist doch sicher genauso. Jetzt ohne bös gemeint, so ein Vogelhirn. So ein ganz einfacher einfach.
Oh, it's Raphael. What's he doing at that desk? Hey, are you studying? I thought you'd given up on it. Nice to see your... What the...
Oh, Leonie!
What's wrong? Why are you crying?
I just got a thank you letter from my little sister.
Okay, maybe start from the beginning.
My little sister lives with my grandpa now. She's had to deal with so much since I decided not to take over the family business.
You might have to back up a bit more before this starts to make sense to me.
Our parents were merchants, but they died in an accident. We had some money saved at first, but Grandpa isn't healthy enough to work, and I'm not smart enough to work a job that requires much thinking.
That's really tough. Hard to make a fortune with just your strength, I'm sure.
I had to sell all our valuables just to pay my way here so I could become a knight.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
My sister wants the best for me, but she's the smart one in the family. She's the one that should be here. When I ask if she needs anything, she always says she's fine. She doesn't want to ask me for anything, because she knows I'm having such a hard time here.
She sounds like a great kid. So, what did the letter say?
It says she's happy and thankful for all the study materials I sent her.
That's good, right? Wait, where did you find extras?
I couldn't find any, so I just sent her mine. It's like you said, right? It's better to give them to someone who will use them instead of letting them go to waste.
Don't take this the wrong way, but don't you still kind of need those? Well, I guess if it makes her happy, it's worth it. Maybe I can scrounge something up for her too.
Okay, einfach die eigenen Schulbücher weggeben. Passt schon. So, und der B-Support von Lysithia und Hilda.
Ah, found you. Hello, Lysithia. Hilda? What's that box you're holding? It's making me nervous for some reason. Your big sister Hilda's here, and she's going to make you look all grown up. I, don't recall ever asking you to... That's right, I knew exactly what you needed. You didn't have to ask. Now take a seat. With makeup, you can't just pick your favorite colors. You must choose colors that suit you and the occasion. If you'll be up close and personal, if you're going to a ball, for example, you want to keep it subtle. On the other hand, if you're going to be on stage, the colors should be overt. I've never used makeup before. It sounds complicated. Let's put up your hair to show off your neck, but we'll leave a few strands hanging to make you look more vulnerable. Why would I want to appear vulnerable? I don't want to be attacked. This is for wooing, not warring. When you're older, you might understand the importance of looking a little vulnerable. You're treating me like a child. But I guess it's mostly harmless. Now, when you're standing, put your non-dominant foot a step back. It looks more elegant. When sitting, don't lean back, but don't slouch either. And ensure at all times you are gracefully extending your fingers. Gracefully extending? Suddenly standing and sitting are an exhausting activity. Hilda, that's enough. This is wearing me out. I knew you had potential. You'll go far, my darling. A couple of years to develop your charms, and no girl will outmatch you. I'm not sure I'm cut out for this type of thing. Oh, believe me, you are. With a little help from me, you'll have men falling at your feet. No thanks. You're more suited to such things. I'll leave it to you. I haven't the time or the energy to fuss over how I'm perceived. Even with my best efforts, I'll never be as good at this as you are. Still, this was rather fun. Thank you, Hilda. She really is brimming with untapped potential. When she smiles like that, wow, even my heart skips a beat.
Odi, danke fürs Subscriben und viel Spaß mit deinem Sub. Super geil von dir. So, da haben wir uns schon mal alles angehört.
Tomas. No. Solon, was it not? And the Flame Emperor. It is most clear that something has transpired, and it relates to you somehow. Or is the fault my own, and you're just caught inside the wave? Sothis, the goddess of this world. I bear her name. How confusing. I feel as though my head has turned to mush.
So. Jetzt eine halbe Stunde erstmal nur Supports. Jetzt gucken wir uns mal wieder ein bisschen um. Auf in den Abyssus. Während Svenja Randale macht. Pokal des Weißen Reihers. Ah, das kommt noch. Was haben wir noch? Gründung von Garrett Mark. Tag des Keyhole. Jo. So.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report.
Könnte es
Mr.
noch
Backup
auftauchen.
doesn't come by anymore, which is fine. Not incredibly rude or anything. Nope, just fine.
Dem geht's nicht gut. Der vermisst seinen Freund.
They're having a lot of fun up on the surface, aren't they? Some kind of grand ball. Picture them all relaxing, having a drink, getting to dance with people they fancy. If I showed my face up there, the Knights would have my head in a second.
Er kommt nicht mehr, weil er dich nicht mehr sehen kann. Oh nein! Jetzt Batman. Wie war das hier? Ach,
See
Kapitel
you
13
again
erst.
soon.
When I snuck into the monastery a while back, I saw a girl there the same age as me. She was crying. I couldn't believe it. How could you ever cry in a place like that, where there's always food on the table?
Legitime Frage. Eine Rostlanze und Eisenpanzer, die sogar noch zu gebrauchen sind. Ausnahmsweise mal. Ich habe mal nicht nur Schrott bekommen. Hier hinten ist noch jemand?
Hey,
Da.
you. This is our last occasion to speak. I am ordered to be leaving. They are thinking I am the follower of an evil god. It is not so, but they are not understanding. This is our last. They are.
Okay. Aber mehr scheint hier auch nichts zu sein. Na gut, dann zurück zum Kloster. Irgendwie war heute mal gar nichts im Abyssus so richtig. Dann haben wir oben halt noch ganz viel zu erkunden. Ich habe gesehen, glaube ich, ein Schwarzmagier-Turnier haben wir. Ich glaube, das werde ich wahrscheinlich nicht mit Raphael machen. Ich glaube, er hätte da ein paar Probleme mit.